Hi guys, sorry I didn't show me building this, but I got up early this morning and cracked on, and it's a bit of a messy job, so I left the camcorder in the Arctic tent. So I thought I'd build the nice pizza oven. I wasn't really using this lean-to, so I built a base yesterday, and then I've put a load of wood inside and put a load of compost soil around that to give it a good shape. So I'm hoping when this dries out after another coat that I can dig this out here and set fire to it and it will burn the inside out. It's the first time I've ever done one, so I thought I'd give it a go. I'm just smoothing it off now, just got a rough shape. Got a bit of height at the top and then coming down, so you get a nice airflow inside, nice bit of heat. And I've left a reasonable amount of space to get a nice decent sized pizza in there, or some bread. So I've always wanted to build one of these, and I thought it's a good place to build under here. I've made kind of a cob mix with straw and soil that I dug out from the compost, from the vegetable patch at the back. So I've sifted all that, made quite a fine mix, mixed it with straw like I said, and just give it a rough shaping, and then I'm going to let this go hard and then put another coat on over the top. So I should have about 2.5–3 inches of wall for good insulation, and if it does crack I can always patch it up, and then hopefully make a little door for it. So I'll have a door on the front and it's kind of protected. I've mixed cement with this as well, so it should go quite hard. Hopefully it doesn't crack too much, but I can patch it up. So I'm really pleased with it. Just let it go off now. The thing is, there's so much water in it, it wants to, you know, everything wants to sink down with the gravity. But it's managed to hold its shape, and it's drying nicely. It's a great day to do it as well. So, pizza oven at the camp, or bread oven. But I've seen a few videos of traditional people cooking in them, and it's amazing. They use the initial heat for different aspects of their cooking all day. So the oven's used from the morning time right through to the end of the day when they do like slow cooking. So it's a great piece of kit once they're warm, but they tend to light the fire in the morning and burn it for about 2 to 3 hours and just get the heat in here. But I don't think mine's going to be that efficient, but enough to do a nice pizza or a loaf of bread or something like that would be nice. I'll be pleased with that. So I've mixed roughly 1/4 of a hay bale in that lot and about 4 barrow loads of soil, so it's took quite a bit. I've just put all these logs to make the framework up inside, and then coated it with, made the shape with compost, wet compost, and then coated it in newspaper so the outside doesn't stick to the inside. So hopefully I'll get a good burn out and I'll get a good hollow in there. But I will video the burn and we'll see how it hollows out. So it's been a busy morning. So all the soil from that is there. You can see how much it took. And last night when I arrived I had a couple of hours free, so I've started me hide, well, my tree stand. So like I said, I put two posts on my previous video. I put 2 posts either side, supported it. The ladder's going to go up there fixed. I haven't fixed it yet because I still need to do a bit more to it. And then put a base up there, and I've got a lovely place to sit. And then Mrs. B's been busy as well. She's put the back on her lean-to. This is really coming on well. Back on the lean-to and the side. So she's strutted it out, as you can see, and then weaved a load of bracken in between. So that's took her quite a bit of work, and then mossed it, and then she's put all my bark chippings over the top of that. So that's looking really good. She's just got to finish that other side and the other side of the back. So she's exactly halfway actually. So that's looking awesome. So it's busy times at the camp, and what a stunning day. Another one. That's 2 weeks of fine weather. So I'm going to smooth this off now. I don't know whether to leave it till later in the day to dry out before I put another coat on, or leave it a good couple of days. I'll see how it dries. I've either got to have to score it to put another layer on, or keep it moist like that to put another layer on. I'll make a decision. So I've left it a couple of hours. I'm just going to put this top coat on. See what happens. I think it'll bond better because it's still nice and moist. So a nice bit of sandy soil and a bit of cement in there. So no tools required for this job. Get down and dirty. Right, I'm gonna put all this on and then smooth it off, and then we'll have another look. That's the second coat on. Just getting that, trying to keep that shape, and then I'll let it harden off, and then I'll smooth it off, and that's done. On pizza oven. So it's dried, lovely. It's the second day now. Then I'm just slowly taking bits out of here, trying to get the air inside, try and dry the from inside out. But it's getting solid. So I'm really pleased with that. Can't wait to get it cleared out, well, most of the bits of mulch and that out of there, and then spark it up, burn all them logs. I might get a bit of tarp over the pizza oven, keep it watertight. And today I'm thinking of emptying my compost heap and putting it over onto the vegetable patch, try and dig that in, and then I can get another load of leaves to throw in there. So it'll be a nice empty compost heap. I need two really, so I can rotate, but it's getting don't want to be too greedy, so I'll empty that out, throw that on, dig that in. I've got to fill that hole in as well where I dug the soil for this. That's got to be filled in, and I've just put my solar panel out, so that's just got to rig the power pack up to there. I've been here, this is my 5th day, and I've lost about 10% on my power pack. I'll show you now. So it's reading 90% full bar, so that's 5 days. It has been nice though for 5 days, so it's been out 4 or 5 hours a day charging on that 60 watt. That's keeping that topped up lovely. So planning on doing another 6 days, so that's ample power. loads of power, so I might have the electric light on tonight, my little lamp, treat myself. The place down here actually is perfect all day to optimise that sun. So it's facing south, and I just move the panel round as the sun goes around. So once that sun gets on that panel, I'll bring the power pack out and plug it in. Start putting more power back into it. But if you want to check my previous video, I go into depth about the solar panel and the power pack if you're interested. But that is a 60 watt panel, and this time of year I'm getting about 57 watts, so it's quite impressive. So just waiting for that sun to swing round and back to free energy. And my plan for today, get this emptied out and barrel over to the vegetable patch. But that's rotted down quite nicely. That's been in there about six months now, compost. So that's ready to go on, and it can do the rest of the rotting during the winter. And hopefully I'll have a bit better soil for next year. I'm still toying whether to get some lime for that soil. See how it goes. I might do another pH test again in the spring. Right, let's get barrowing. 'Well-earned coffee break. Over this, I'll get back to that compost, get some more barrel loads on there. Always something to do at camp, and hopefully I can fill that compost heap back up with more leaves, and that'll be a good rotation system then. But hopefully this weather will stay like this today and perhaps tomorrow, and the pizza oven will dry out nicely. That's a great project if you're thinking about doing one. I was totally in the zone for about 5 hours, totally focused on that. That was a great project. Three days in, and I've started hollowing out the inside, getting some more air into it, but it's getting really hard. I've put a waterproof sheet over it as well to keep it protected. So I'll give it another probably couple of weeks, let it really dry out depending on the weather, and then I'll spark that up in there and burn all the logs, and that'll be a nice hollow. So if you're thinking of doing one of these, it's great fun, but don't be too hasty trying to get that fire going. I remember Becky done one probably 2.5 years ago, and we kind of rushed it to get the fire in to see the end result, so I'm going to leave this one to really harden off. It's getting a nice bit of wind today because the weather's kind of changed. The sun's gone, and this morning I had a bit of a knockabout with the tree stand, so that's finished pretty much. I've just got a few little bits and pieces to do. So I've got the ladder up and braced it all up, and she's lovely and solid. But well chuffed with this. If you fancy making one of these, have a go. You've seen roughly what I've done, but it's a great addition to the camp. Oh, loving this wool hat when the weather's like this. Right, let's go up and show you. It's probably about 11 foot off the ground, plus my sitting height as well, so it's perfect for viewing out yonder. And then I've got a little cushion I'm going to put on here, so it's nice and comfortable up here. But what a view! Just get yourself off that ground. One of my favourite things, this build. What a different aspect. That is awesome. We've kind of done it in stages. Sorry I didn't show you again. There's two projects that I haven't kind of filmed. I've just got totally engrossed into them. But I'll talk you through now what I've done. You've seen the ladder build on my, I think it was on my last video, or last but one video. So I'll show you what I've done if you're interested in making one at your camp. So I made the ladder initially, and then I've braced it up against a tree and made a framework just to give it a bit more extra support. And then I had a few half cut logs. I've put them up. I put a larger one at the front just to give you that bit of support over your legs. And then I'm going to put, like I said, a pad on there. So I've braced it up really nicely. It's really solid. Well, I'm sort of 12, I think I'm about 12 and a half stone, maybe a bit less because I've lost a little bit of weight. So say 12 stone, and supports my weight easily. So that's all finished. So I'll be spending a few quality hours up there. Might even have my morning drink up there. So two new additions to the camp: pizza oven, which I can't use yet, got to be patient with that, and my tree stand. But you can imagine I've got all this area to look out onto. There's a lot of deer that get through here. I always tend to miss them because I'm too low, so I can get my head above the bracken now. And it's going to be awesome when all this dies back as well, because I'll have great vision. So I think that sets the camp off. I'm trying to think of everything I really enjoy when I'm outside, and that's definitely something that I like, sitting up high and looking out. You know, if you have a camp, definitely make yourself one of them, or even a little tree house. I was tempted to make the platform bigger and go on a bit more, but got to stop somewhere. And I don't think I've shown you this. This is my bit of, if you're scared or squeamish I suggest you look away now. But that's my twin. But me and Becky found a dead carcass, deer carcass, a little while ago, and Becky chopped the front and rear legs off, and I decapitated it and bought the head. I was gonna just take the nice the antlers, but I decided to have the whole head. So I've left it up there. It was loaded with maggots. So he'd done an amazing job stripping all the brains out. It's weird when you think of death like that and what happens to you and how you go. It's it kind of gets you in perspective and realise, well, that you're nothing special. You know, you're just a carcass, and you just go back to nature in the end. Well, that's my theory anyway. You just go back into the environment and feed everything else, and so the cycle begins and continues. But so I'm leaving that up there. I'll let all the flesh come off, and then I'll bring it back into camp and perhaps display it somewhere. So yeah, and I think Mrs. Bushwhacker's going to come up the weekend, because I've got another six more days up here, so she's going to come up and finish her little shelter. But I'm quite impressed with that. She's done a great job of that. See, you women, no excuses. If Mrs. B can do it, then you can have a go at doing it. But Mrs. B's always been quite practical with her hands. You know, from a young age she was doing patios and ponds, her dad's. So she's quite skilled with her hands, as you can see. But it did make me laugh. She gets so enthusiastic building that. You know, a lot of women can relate to, you know, oh, I don't want to get my hands dirty, or I don't know. But she just cracked on with that and had amazing enjoyment through doing that. So it's great that me and Mrs. Bushwhacker have got that connection. And I think that's healthy in a relationship, if you can share a hobby or a skill together, no matter what it is. I think it kind of bonds you together. If you're complete opposites and you don't enjoy anything together, then it's quite hard to keep a really strong relationship. So yeah, so she can't wait to get back up and do that. Like I said, I've got 6 more days of playing around, as I call it. I love it. I think it's awesome. You know, a lot of people ask me about the woodland and should I do this, should I do that, and I always give a response in my messages: go for it and enjoy yourself. And confidence will come, skills come. So you just got to get out there and enjoy it. If you enjoy it, then you're gonna love it. You're gonna thrive and really enjoy yourself in the outdoors. But I'm gonna put this down in a minute and then think about getting something to eat, and then go on my regular walk with Buster. But the weather's definitely turned. I think Friday it's 12 or 13 in the day and 5 at night, so that's going to be a culture shock. So I'm glad I've done quite a bit of wood prep as well. Right, let's chat in and more bushcrafting.